Hey, have you told your parents yet about your decision to quit your job and join the circus?
Hey gang, it's Shirley here on another episode of Stay Mentally Fit TV, the place to be to keep your mental health in shape. And this is Q&A Wednesday. Today's question comes from Chris, and Chris writes the following. Hey Shirley, it's Chris here, and I have a question for you. I'm currently living in BC and just recently got a job offer in Alberta. I'm down for moving and totally looking forward to the new opportunity. The problem is that I'm the only son, and so my parents expect me to stick around to take care of them. I just know that they'll end up guilt-tripping me to stay when I break the bad news to them. I'm absolutely dreading this conversation. Do you have any tips on making the process a little bit easier? Thanks, Chris. You know, I think a lot of people can relate to Chris's plight. That is, maybe you need to break the bad news to your parents and you're feeling scared and stressed about it because you don't know how they're going to react, how they'll feel when you tell them, or how to find the right words. As most of us know, talking and listening don't go so smoothly every time. Emotions and past experiences can get in the way. Now, you probably talk to your friends way more than when you talk to your parents, and that's perfectly natural. Even if you and your parents have a great relationship, you may want to find your own path and make your own life choices. Still, most of us want our parents' help, advice, and support at times. But talking to our parents, it can be sometimes difficult and intimidating, especially when it comes to certain subjects. Difficult conversation topics could include things like moving away from them, leaving a job that they approve of to enter in a profession that's more risky, maybe like starting your own business, marrying someone that they disapprove of, or deciding not to have kids when your parents are dying to have grandkids, perhaps borrowing money from them, or maybe your parents even said something to you that's quite hurtful and you want to be able to explain that to them. Now, most people wait until they're on their deathbed to have a difficult conversation with someone. Today, I'm going to give you a couple of tips to improve on your abilities to have hard conversations every day whenever they arise. This way, you get good at expressing yourself and no built-up resentment will happen. You'll become known as the person who is honest and faces issues and situations. People will admire and emulate this. Here are some tips to make it easier to prepare for that talk. How to talk to your parents so that they will listen. Tip number 1. Talk about everyday stuff and do it every day. Now, the more you do something, of course, the easier it gets. Talking to your parents about everyday stuff builds a bond that can then smooth the way when you need to discuss something more serious. Find something trivial to chat about each day. Talk about how your sports team did at last week's competition, or share something that your boss said to you yesterday. Even small talk about what's for dinner can keep your relationship strong and comfortable. It's never too late to start. If you feel that your relationship with your parents is strained, try easing into conversations. Mention that cute thing that your dog did, or talk about what you and your friends were up to on the weekend. Chatting with your parents every day not only keeps an existing relationship strong, but that it can help frayed relationships get stronger. When parents feel connected to your daily life, they can be there for you if something really important does come up. Tip number 2, know what you want from the conversation. What do you hope to achieve out of your conversation with your parents? That can vary. Most often, you probably want them to do one or more of the following things. Maybe simply to listen and understand what you're going through without offering advice or commentary. Perhaps to give you support for something, or offer you advice or help, or even guide you back on track if you're in trouble, in a way that's fair and without the harsh criticisms or the put-downs. So why think about this stuff before we begin talking? It's so that you can say why you want to talk in a way that communicates what you need. For example, you might say, Mom, I need to tell you about a problem I'm having, but I need you to just listen, okay? Don't give me any advice. I just want you to know what's bothering me. Or maybe, Dad, I need your advice on something. Can we talk? Tip number 3, frame your conversations the right way. Now, you always want to frame a hard conversation with your overall intention. It's important to let the person know that what you're doing is honoring the relationship. The overall intention is to be positive. If you're still venting and blaming or trying to get away with something, the conversation isn't going to go that well. If you speak honestly and respectfully from the heart, they will hear you out. Make sure you're being clear and direct. Be as clear as you can about what you think, feel, and want. Give details that can help your parents understand your situation. They can listen better or be more helpful if they understand what you mean and know what's really going on. That's all for today, folks. Has this video gotten you started thinking about how you have dreaded conversations with your parents? What has worked for you? I'd love to know so that I can share it with others. Send me an email and tell me all about it. Now, if you love this video, then I'm sure your family and friends will love it as well. So please share the love. See you again next week, same time, same place on SMF TV.